Hi everyone. First of all, give the Most High all the praises and glory. Seek the kingdom first. Always Barak. Barak means to bend down and give the Most High all the praise and glory that you can. And remember the Ruah is the breath in the spirit. It is what gives you life.
European descent deserves reparations, that the Africans were responsible for the slave trade, that those who are affected should go to Africa and get their reparations.
Well, probably about time I should let you in about a secret about TV. Rarely, if ever, asked a question you don't know the answer to, especially when you're interviewing somebody you don't really know that well. Every time you break that rule, bad things can happen. Don Lemon over at CNN learned that the hard way last night when he asked a royal expert about using some of the Queen's fortune to pay slavery reparations. And she simply answered the question. Don Lemon wasn't expecting it. Maybe Lemon ended the interview and didn't argue because of his new boss, Chris Licht. Licht shaking up CNN, including sending Lemon to the morning show, slavery reparations.
Those who are asking for reparations for colonialism, and they're wondering, $100 billion, $24 billion here and there, $500 million there. Some people want to be paid back. Members of the public are wondering, why are we suffering when you are all of this vast wealth? Those are legitimate concerns.
If reparations need to be paid, we need to go right back to the beginning of that supply chain and say, who was rounding up their own people and having them handcuffed in cages? Absolutely, that's where they should start. Those families where they died in the high seas trying to stop the slavery, those families should receive something too, I think, at the same time.
Well, Don Lemon just backed himself into a corner on live television. That went viral, Raymond.
Look, he didn't expect that truth bomb to drop on him at that moment. Both racism and slavery, enslavement of people, that's going on today in places scattered elsewhere, and trying to dig up reparations for people in the present day. My people were making paella and crushing grapes when this happened. We weren't here. We weren't part of this.
How in the world can you even put your opinion on anything that never happened to you at all?
It's always a broken history, but there are good points to it and bad points. You've got to take the whole of history and move on. Brothers and sisters, and we're all one community. That's what we should have been, but we found that. Celebrate that.
How can you move to the present day when you still got laws that are made by people that are dead? We can move forward once y'all remove all them damn dead man laws. It still continue today. Back then, you had families that got snatched away from each other because of slavery. Today, you got families being snatched from each other because of the prison system. The prison system ain't nothing but a plantation house. Open your eyes up, spiritual dead. We have nothing on them. Free labor. Because that's all it ever been about. Free labor and making money. Y'all so spiritual dead what's going on around you. All these people that be going to jail and they working in these prisons, for these different companies. Them families that them people were snatched from deserve royalty off of that. Don't you know how much improvement that the neighborhoods would look like? Some of y'all wouldn't even have to stay in no projects. Some of you might not even have to work if they was doing this. But you don't hear nobody talking about the free labor that African Americans are doing in the prison system, royalty off of it. Nobody never talks about this because they think that we don't have no good sense. That's why. The prison system was made off of free labor. So why y'all ain't out there paying these families that are home? You'll snatch away, the father and the mother. So why you not making sure they're okay? You should be paying these people. And that go for all colors. Parents that haven't commit no worse crime like the history going by as assumptions because of how a worldly guideline. It's a shame. And y'all believe in this guideline. And I don't believe in it. I keep telling you, the man in Russia wasn't studying their rules. Ain't nobody got no gun to y'all head to make y'all do the things that y'all do or to make you believe in the things that you believe in. Especially when you believe in the Most High. You know that it is wrong in your heart. But what if the Most High was like these people walking around here? None of us will be standing because of the judgment that they passed, which is not righteousness. We need that Harriet Tubman spirit on the inside of us. because our people are in these prisons doing free labor. And you can say what you want to say about what they did. It ain't nothing compared to the history of what we went through. The floodings of towns to get rid of people. Black child saying something to a white lady back in the days and they killed that little boy. That's why we can't get nowhere, because we're too busy looking at each other. Instead of looking at the big picture of everything, the high wicked places. Stop being scared to speak your opinion. You got people acting like they back in slavery. They scared to talk. They act like they're in the Jim Crow days. They don't want to say nothing because they scared the results. Well, maybe the things is the way it is because you won't open your mouth. That's why. Slavery still exists. Then when they saw them free, they came up with a system for freedom. They were locking them up and throwing them back in the jail for free labor, man. Y'all want to sit back and talk about people, about what they done did, and you need to spiritually wake up. Why you think Yahushua had to go? Some people say Yeshua, or some say Jesus, because against the system. But today, you got people around you telling you to walk on pins and needles. Hell no! I'm gonna make the most loudest damn noise I can make. Man, people, please wake up. It's time to set all our people free. It's time for us to set them free. We've been focusing on the most stupidest things, and that's why they got all that stuff out there to keep us distracted from the truth of everything. But if we was receiving royalty off them dollar companies with them prisons, you'll see a difference in your communities, okay? That's like the lady said, you got to go back from the chain, from the beginning. And let's take it back from the beginning. Free the slaves, got mad, came up with Jim Crow laws. When they were traveling, trying to start a new life, y'all locked them up. That's how you came up with the felonies and everything else. And the ones that are working in the system, this is the truth, okay? What you work at is off our freedom, because they were pissed off because we were free. So they had to figure out a way to put us back in free labor. No one sells more drugs than they do, okay? These doctors today overdosing people. When they go to them, have them on too much doggone medicine. They the biggest damn dope dealers it is. So how in the world are they different than the one out there that's selling it? Hell, if you gonna let them walk around and continue to kill people, hell, you might as well set the one free that's in jail. See, they ain't finna do that. You know why? Thing that they don't have in common. But that's out there selling that stuff, they putting the money straight in their pocket. They not getting none of that money. So you got to damn go, you know? Got to be something that is benefiting them. Open your eyes up, spiritual dead. You don't accept the system. That is not your system. You don't say something is broken when it is not broken. The system is not broken, but it is their system, okay? How in the world you don't put all the stuff out there? It's the truth now, what I'm speaking now. Because they brought the drugs and the guns in. We did not bring that stuff in, okay? And they knew exactly what they were doing. They made that stuff to go back into a cycle for them folks to be in and out of jail for that free labor, man. For that money. You have no structure in your schools. No, some of you don't know how to handle our children. Then children don't have no structure at home because there's no man there. Because all our men are in your prisons working for y'all. Our uncles, our cousins, our daddies, you know, they all in there. That leads the child to repeat the same cycle of what, you know, daddy. And this cycle is going to continue until you people wake up and notice what's going on around you. Y'all sit there and help these folks pass judgment on people. And they done did even worse, man. You deserve the world. If you ask me, all the stuff that our ancestors went through, and then we still going through the dead man laws that our ancestors died, you know, with when they crossed those laws. Why the hell do you honor anything like that? Anybody, especially with the love of Most High in the side of them, will see that this is wrong. And some of y'all are scared to talk about this because you're afraid of being called pro-black. Yeah, You think that people gonna look at you differently. Speaking truth, that's what it is. And you sit up here, you go here and you praise these different people that's in the system that is knocking us down. That's why I don't care about our people working in the system. Because the system that they is working in was off, our freedom of our ancestors, back in slavery. That's why these things was made. Now you sitting there in these spots talking to people any type of way, like them folks did back in the days. Talking to men that were way older than them, telling, them they better say yes, sir, and no, sir. Come here, you girl, a grown-ass woman. Now you got, you all doing that. And excuse me, if you feel offended sometimes about how people look at that stuff, but everybody ain't spiritual dead. And some people look at things and see the truth of it. Nobody else has to knock us down anymore because y'all are doing it. In a system, they used to hang y'all from trees. I never seen nothing like it. Separate the mom and the daddy and the children and still doing it through the prison system. That's why we keep going in jail, keeping their damn prisons full because of that. It's still slavery, man, free labor, man. And all of it came from the freedom of the slaves while y'all in the system that y'all in now. How in the world can you believe in something like that? That is evil. How in the world can you forget where you came from? Make sure that we don't never ever rise up with that. Y'all are hurting yourselves. That's what you're doing. It ain't nobody doing that. It's y'all doing it because they don't have to no longer do nothing. You do it. This ain't just the government. This go all the way to the United States of America, okay? High wicked places. You got unemployment laws that are at-will laws, dry bone laws. People that are dead, we still going by them because those were laws to protect master. You had to prove it. The burden was on the servant. So please tell me how anything changed. A lot of people love to say, well, if I was back in those days, I wouldn't never have went through that. I would have came out of that. I would have whooped their ass. You're doing it today and don't even know it. To my melanated people and my low income, because they look down on you too. It don't even matter if you look like them, okay? The host of these shows need to be in a crazy house. What I'm trying to tell you.
They're going to place blame on the Africans for the cause of slavery.
So what they're doing now is trying to plant a seed in our head. People go against each other and blame on them and not trust them. That is what they're doing. But all of Africa did not do that. So don't try to put that blame on everyone.
Of having people to work off their crime by trading them over to the Europeans, not knowing devastation that would happen until the word got out of what was happening, the raping, the held in captivity, is when the Africans get out of that trading of Africans. Their mentality was totally different than the Europeans' mentality. But this woman here in this video goes to Africa for reparations. This is the problem when I talk about the movies that come out. If we don't educate our youth, we will continue to allow those to create stories and create a history that are lies. Woman King. You go to the harmonic tribe and killing and murdering, all for the sake of trade. This movie is showing that we were our worst enemies. The Europeans played only a little part in it, keeping them as the innocent one in the movie. We're going to start to fight and argue and debate and say, forget Africa. I ain't going to Africa. They're the ones who put us in slavery. You just fell into the lie. You don't understand the bigger picture of what was transpiring. There comes a day you're either going to start believing your own story or other stories.
Well, and her point was correct, and that it was the African lords that actually enslaved those people back in history. You cannot change history, but they're trying to.
How in the hell we trying to change the story when the stories in the Bible was us, but all of a sudden y'all came up with a white Jesus with blue eyes? How in the world are we trying to change anything? No, what it is the United States of America know who he is. They know everything. Don't be fooled. They trying to keep us blinded, okay? Everybody around the world know who we are. Don't be fooled. But that's what they trying to put in your head. You know, like you trying to create a story. No, please don't follow that. That ain't nothing but demonic, the devil, okay?
Even in Africa, your spirituality was taken, your names were taken, your culture was taken.
Now, all of that was stripped from you, stolen. But today, we protecting the things that they have, but they don't took everything from us. I mean, they don't stripped us down to our underwear. Hell, they came back and took them too. They left you naked, okay? But it's okay. That's why I say you need to start comparing what they done did.
And now they're running around debating and arguing about the Queen's death. We gotta realize, family, we have to change the narrative, and we have to be the watchers, the pain, to be telling these stories, to keep us divided, to ruin us, to tear up the family. And time again, the tricks are still the same. Conquer and divide.